Hey guys, I'm David Johnson. I am the CEO of Delivering Age Communications. We're a PR firm specialising in hospitality. Read about that later. Just want to welcome my panelists, please. I'm going to start with you, Sylvain. Sylvain Patalou. He is the
Well done.
Not too bad. Senior Vice President Operations of Ennismore Asia. So Ennismore is the world's largest and fastest growing lifestyle hospitality company. Brands such as Mondrian, there's a Mondrian in Singapore and Hong Kong, for example, 25 Hours, the Hoxton, and of course a brand that you would know, which is So. There's a couple of amazing So's in Thailand. So thanks very much, Sylvain, for joining us.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you. Patrick, Regional General Manager, Luxury and Lifestyle Thailand, IHG Hotels and Resorts. Also the founder of, the founding GM, shall I say, of Kimpton Malay Bangkok. I think we can all recognise the fact that Kimpton Malay Bangkok really made an amazing impression in terms of the lifestyle space. So thank you very much. It's good to have you with us.
Thank you.
Okay, Patricia Ho Duyen, founder and principal of White Jacket. Patricia, thanks for being with us. A Singapore-based art-inspired hospitality design agency. Patricia is also, in fact, a painter and a DJ. So could you always give them all a round of applause? Thank you very much for being with us. Great, thank you. Right, fastest growing segment in Thailand with over 200 lifestyle hotels. Generational customer evolution, that's what's really behind lifestyle, the massive growth of lifestyle hotels, lifestyle hospitality, according to STR. Really what I'd like to start with is just defining a little bit what lifestyle hotels are. How do lifestyle hotels differ from luxury, for example? Sylvain, could I just start with you on that? How would you define lifestyle?
Well, I would say lifestyle versus luxury. Lifestyle is much broader than luxury. Of course, if you're talking about our pillars like design, for example, a lifestyle hotel is much more bolder in terms of design. I'm sure Patricia will talk about that longer. But lifestyle, you can go to, for us in Ennismore, we have 17 brands in total in the lifestyle portfolio. You can experience a lifestyle with a Joe & Joe, which is a hostel, economy hotel, as a surfer in Biarritz in the south of France, or you can attend Art Basel at the SLS in Miami, which is luxury lifestyle. So basically, our range is very broad. And in terms you mentioned about the generation, I think we're actually tapping into many generations. I tend to disagree that it's only for young generation, Generation Z. I think today the hunger for experience is throughout all the generations.
Okay, so cross-generational. Is it cross brand tiers? Are we going to, Patrick? Are we going to do away with the 5-star and the 4-star and the 3-star? How does it all fit together?
I mean, look, lifestyle is not clearly defined for me. It's a little bit like when you even type actually lifestyle hotels in Google, you're gonna get a lot of different definitions from it. And I think what is happening there is like we need to define actually lifestyle for ourselves. And my opinion on this one is how you're going to curate a space. And obviously, yes, the design that is in there, but it's also from your experience, because obviously people like experience travel. And you need to create something where people want to be part of. And that is very, very important, because nowadays you want to be able to a hotel as well that stands for something, that has a character. And that is, I think, what we're doing very well in the lifestyle space. Now, when it comes to traditional luxury hotels, they also have lifestyle components by now. So it's not clear anymore defined between lifestyle and luxury, I feel. That is my opinion.
Thank you. Patricia, when you're looking at a hotel, you've obviously got to try to understand the sorts of person, the sorts of people and the audience that they're trying to appeal to. How would you define a customer, an audience which is for a lifestyle hotel? Yeah.
Okay, okay, sorry. So I think the gentleman summarized what lifestyle luxury hotel really well. I think for us at Whitejacket, we get to actually work on both. But there's one very good point that both of you pointed out, because it's now currently cross-generation. To really define the kind of customer is actually quite hard, but I feel that what we do now for hotel design is to create something that has a strong character and identity, and through there, you draw a certain kind of customer to come to the hotel. What is really interesting is besides lifestyle, we also work on more traditional luxury hotel. More and more we see now that luxury traditional hotel wants to have a different identity as well. They probably have a certain standard and guidelines, but within that box, they like to add that layer of design-centric sort of element to kind of draw a certain type of audience. I think travelers nowadays are very, very hard to please. They're getting more diverse. They also would like to go to brands that they feel that they can resonate with, and they will feel proud to be associated with.
Yeah,
that's my point.
No, thank you. Selma, you talked about a boldness in design. I'm just going to stay with you just for a moment, Patricia, if I may. We were talking earlier about art and accessories. We hear quite a lot about art in hotels, and I'm going to ask you about that in a moment. But in terms of accessories, what sort of things from a design point of view can you bring to the table that's different, that's eclectic, that's memorable, that's going to really define an experience for guests?
I think through accessorizing, we'll get to bring the local element to the hotel as well. I think that's one of the most important components. I think what is also very important nowadays is that we get to engage with the community. For example, whenever we design, depending on which project, which hotel that we work on. Currently, we have a project, for example, in Bohol. We do actually go through the pool of artists that we can work with. We engage them to work on the mural. We get them to make crafts for us. And through this process, I think the guests who actually get to experience the hotel, they feel like this whole design is actually bespoke and tailored for them. And in terms of experience, it's not just walls, lighting, that kind of stuff, not just expensive art on the wall, but it's something that people spend time meaningfully bring on these local elements within the hotel to tell a stronger story and to create a more memorable experience for them.
That sounds great. It seems that that can go both ways. Because I know in your Mondrian in Singapore, Sylvain, for example, you have a Tracy Emin, you've got a Davenport, you've got a 10, 12 meter Cause public space statue. So I mean, so that's another approach. However, in your hotel in Hong Kong, which you've just opened, there's an outdoor space, a corner shop space, probably the smallest art space I've ever seen. Can you just tell us a little bit about that?
It's amazing. So art is a brand pillar of Mondrian, basically. It's part of our philosophy, and like you said, the statue in Singapore from Cause is a statement not only to the hotel, but the entire neighborhood, right? In Hong Kong, the team had a brilliant idea to rent an old watch shop right in front of the hotel lobby, and basically starting the programming from across the road. So you have this corner shop with music from Mondrian, with exhibition from local artists and local collaborators who are going to activate the entire street before you even enter and checking in the hotel. It's great. I mean, it's very exciting.
Excellent. Patrick, just want to talk a little bit about F&B. Let's get to some of these big drivers of lifestyle. You opened the Kimpton. Everyone heard about the pet story, of course, because it was a first. I think it was a first mover. But what people maybe heard less about was that you opened your F&B before your rooms. Mm-hmm. Could you tell us a little bit about that and the importance of F&B in your and what are you doing in that space?
I mean, I would start that every great hotel has great F&B. I think everybody that is a hotelier can agree on this one. And to get great F&B, similar than hotels, again, you want to create something with talking points, and you want to have a sense of place, obviously. Now, when it comes to concept, what we did earlier days is that we tried to cater for everybody, which I feel, if you're really going to think about that, that is pretty mediocre, no? But if you're going to cater for everybody, you're not standing for anything. So nowadays, it's more important that you're going to have a concept and going to pull that concept like a red line through through the entire restaurant, and that is from the music, that is from the programming, that is from your crockery, from your glassware, from your cutlery, the food, how you present the food, the lighting, obviously, and that makes things this makes it successful then as well, just because people talking about it and the story is there, and it gives you also the opportunity to talk about it.
No, that's great, thank you. Silva, just on one other thing. You made a comment to me just earlier when you were saying 50% of your revenue was generated through F&B.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
but
I'm
also,
sure you too, maybe.
Also same,
Okay.
same, yeah.
So yeah, Ennismore, 50% of the entire revenue of global Ennismore is coming from F&B. And why is that? And that's why, going back to your first question, we are not only targeting one generation or one type of customer, right? We realize today that, for example, MICE is a big component of our revenue because all the groups who have been going to conventional hotel forever are actually looking for different experience. And they are super interested in the programming and the entertainment and the F&B we are putting together. We are working with local partners and local F&B specialists in every region, and they are different. And we from Ennismore put them all together basically to create the right concept for the city wherever we are.
It seems partnerships and collaborations are a really, really essential component when it comes to lifestyle.
They are,
integrating the local community, integrating local talents. Patricia, in your from a design point of view, do you bring in local artisans? I know you told me one story about Bali earlier with a sustainability initiative.
So yeah, for the project Kimpton in Bali, we engaged the local artists and to curate the accessories. So basically, proudly everything is mostly locally made. So we also designed like a bespoke bench that is recycled material from plastic bottles to create the bench, but using local rattan weave craft, so it's one of the really cool things. The other thing is in the bedroom, if you've been to Bali, someone needs some tips just now. So you actually get scooters everywhere, and there are so many discarded tires. So what we have done is we worked with a vendor to actually create these bedroom sleepers in the room. They are all made of recycled tires from the motorbike. That's how we engage with the community, at the same time to be environmental conscious.
You may wonder what that noise was. Unfortunately, I know exactly what it means, and it means time up. So I'm going to say thank you very much, everyone, for listening. Thank you, Patricia.
Thank you.
Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you.
Thank you.